Asinmansu was like a terminal point for the northern route and the beginning of the southern route to the coast. So the people here at Asinmansu were like middlemen. They had enough space. They had sheds which were used as markets, temporary markets. So people from the coast who were looking for slaves to buy would just come and wait here, so that those who bring them from the north will also bring them here. But there was one important facility here which makes Asinmansu a unique place. That is, there's a slave stream called Ndonkonsio. So the idea was that they are preparing you well, packaging you well for auction. Because it was here that those who had gray hair were shaved. So it's also here that they polish their skins with palm oil. So it looks very fresh and attractive before they actually go and sell it. So from here, you are moving to the castle.
Okay.
And if you enter the dungeon, no bad for you. So this is Ochi. The Ochi River, yes.
La famiglia a passare adesso manna con gli altri. Misref kan was in a schreef water en was met vis.
After they were auctioned to the Europeans, they were divided into two. Male one side, female another side. Just to discourage pregnancy and childbearing amongst them. So all of the ground floor rooms we have here were male slave dungeons. And the female were up there. The Dutch took them through the branding process with that red hot metal stamp. Then from there, the female were taken straight to the dungeons we have here. Yes. And a dungeon like what you have there held not less than 200 women. Not less than 200 women stayed in this dungeon. Yes. So it means there was no space for one to lie in the first place. But if you want to sleep, just stand and sleep. And if there is space for you to lie, then I don't know whether you lie on that floor, because the floor is almost always wet.
And this was closed at the time.
Yes, it was closed all the time. And you go out into the courtyard occasionally for exercise, or that the governor or any big man up there to select some of them straight for their beds. So you have the balcony up there as a platform which was used to do the selection. So the governor, for example, will be there, and the women assembled here. Then from there, you just pick and choose. The selected one will come straight from the courtyard through this very door, then continue this way up. The only thing she had to do was go through this other door and straight up to the governor's residence. And this was the same way down for her, because from there she had to go back to the dungeon. So the way up and the way down.
After he used to.
Yes. You go back to the dungeon, back to misery. Yes. So this was the Protestant Dutch Reformed Church. And directly underneath, we have one of the female dungeons. So we have heaven at the top and hell at the bottom. And this place was once used by Jacobus Kapitein, also as a church.
Sorry.
Yes.
That's Dutch, right?
Dutch, yes. Psalm 132, verse 14.
Sion is des Heeren ruste. Dit is zijn woonplaats in eeuwigheid. Psalm 132. How is that possible?
Yes.
Was a Dutch church?
Yes, the Reformed Church. Dutch Reformed Church. And you are even in this church, it's possible for you to see the ship out there and they're still getting on board. The beach was, in those times, part of the sea. So the whole place was water. So both male and female had to go through this very door to the next room before they leave for the boats. And for all of them, that was the way out, the very final exit, the door of no return. Just step out from here onto the boat to begin the middle passage, the journey across the Atlantic. We're now in the Cape Coast Castle. The Elmina Castle was not built for slaves initially, but this one was built for slaves. So the dungeons were actually dungeons in the real sense of a dungeon. You see? This is one of the cubicles. This held 200 slaves. But because there were too much more people in here than the room could accommodate, movement was hampered. So they had to be easing themselves wherever they were. And I bet you, with time, feces and other wastes rising up from this floor up to about this level, then you can imagine the type of death that was actually in this room. Yes, this is how the place looked like. To escape physically from this castle wasn't possible. There is an attendant here, so I will just ask him just to do a short prayer for us. Okay. Let me all see how we go about it. Okay. For he poured that basin with palm wine.
Palm wine?
Yes.
Oh, and that's how I was going to have a cable one. You give me away and I will keep me on that one. The Polobias won't go get me maybe out of one. What was the Flebay? What was the Philipo? Zabe was space and not have a program one. Let's go to Fias with the they are on Koro.
What is it?
Tata, die de na hemel kondre, Yuneng wawang de santa en sumakti, Yu kondre musukon, Yu wani no musu,
Ja, dit is vreselijk. Ja. Kan je niet voorstellen dat mensen zo breed waren. Hè? En dan lees je daar een tekst in het Nederlands. Dan vraag je af, ja, wat voor mensen waren dat? Ja, je hebt er veel over gehoord, weet je, veel over gelezen, maar als je het zelf ervaart. En de hele sfeer, het is met geen woord te beschrijven.